I spent 6 months testing meditation against medication for my depression, and the results shocked even my psychiatrist. I'm going to show you the exact 3 principles that determine which meditation practice will actually change your brain chemistry and when medication might be the smarter choice. This isn't meditation versus medication. This is understanding the biological mechanisms so you can make the right decision for your brain. By the end, you'll have a framework you can use today to assess what your specific depression symptoms are telling you. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal the one meditation type that research shows can match SSRIs for moderate depression.
Welcome back to Deeper Dudes. But first, let's talk about why most people waste years meditating wrong or medicating unnecessarily. You're struggling to get out of bed. Your focus is shattered. Every task feels impossible. Research shows that over 40 million adults in the US experience clinical depression or anxiety disorders. And we're told either meditate your way out or take a pill. What a load of crap. Nobody teaches us how to read what our specific symptoms mean about our brain state. So we either sit on a cushion hoping for magic, or we medicate without understanding the underlying mechanisms. I know because I lived it. At my lowest point, I couldn't tell if my depression was neurochemical, behavioral, or both. My psychiatrist prescribed an SSRI. My therapist prescribed mindfulness. I felt caught between 2 worlds, wondering which path would actually change my brain. But here's the truth about depression that changes everything. Depression isn't one thing. It's a spectrum of different brain states.
Some involve serotonin depletion, where medication directly addresses the neurochemical deficit. Others involve default mode network hyperactivity, where specific meditation practices can create measurable changes in brain connectivity. And understanding this distinction is the difference between wasting time and actually healing. Here's exactly how to assess which intervention matches your brain state. Principle 1, the Interoception Test. Neuroscientists at Stanford discovered that your brain operates on a continuum between interoception, focusing internally on bodily sensations, exteroception, focusing externally on the environment, and dissociation, a disconnection from both. Most meditation practices work by deliberately shifting your focal point along this continuum. When you close your eyes and focus on your breath, you're increasing interoception. When you practice open-eyed awareness of sounds, you're enhancing exteroception. And here's why this matters for depression.
If your depression involves rumination, obsessive negative thoughts about yourself, you're stuck in hyperactive interoception. Your default mode network is firing constantly, creating a loop of self-focused negative thinking. For this type of depression, classic breath-focused meditation can actually make things worse because you're adding more internal focus to an already overactive internal system. What works instead is exteroceptive meditation, deliberately focusing outward. Here's the protocol I used. Sit comfortably with eyes open. Choose a point in space about 6 feet in front of you. Focus your visual attention on that single point without moving your eyes. Hold for 3 minutes. When your mind wanders to internal thoughts, gently return focus to the external point. This simple practice reduces default mode network activity, the same network that drives rumination. Within 2 weeks of daily practice, I noticed my obsessive thought loops decreased by about 60%.
I could catch myself spiraling and redirect outward. That's not placebo. That's changing neural circuitry. And once you understand your baseline brain state, the next principle becomes even more powerful.
And drop a comment. Have you tried meditation, medication, or both for depression? I want to hear your experience. But here's where most people get meditation completely wrong. They think longer is better. They think you need 20 or 30 minutes daily to see results. Research from Massachusetts General Hospital shows that ultra-brief meditations, as short as 5 minutes, can produce measurable changes in brain activity and mood when practiced consistently. This is where the concept of state versus trait changes becomes critical. Every meditation session creates a temporary state change.
your heart rate drops, your prefrontal cortex activates, stress hormones decrease. But the real power is in trait changes, permanent alterations in your baseline brain function. And trait changes happen through neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated experiences. The key is consistency, not duration. When I was at my worst, I couldn't imagine sitting for 30 minutes, but I could do 5 minutes every morning. I used a breathwork pattern called physiological sighs. 2 quick inhales through the nose, 1 long exhale through the mouth. This pattern specifically activates the parasympathetic nervous system and reduces real-time stress levels faster than any other breathing technique. 5 minutes daily for 8 weeks. That's all it took to notice a baseline shift. My default mood improved. I wasn't waking up with the same crushing weight. This leads directly into the most important question. When is meditation enough, and when do you need medication? Principle 2, the Neurochemical Baseline Assessment. Here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. If your depression involves severe neurochemical depletion, serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, meditation alone might not be enough. And that's not a failure. That's biology. Think about it this way. If you had type 1 diabetes, you wouldn't try to meditate your way to insulin production.
You'd take insulin because your body can't produce it. Some forms of depression work the same way. Your brain isn't producing adequate neurotransmitters, and no amount of focused attention will directly increase serotonin synthesis. Medication provides the neurochemical foundation. Meditation provides the neural rewiring. For moderate to severe depression, combining both is often the most effective approach. Here's how I made the decision. I tracked 3 key markers for 4 weeks. Sleep quality. If you can't sleep or sleep 12 hours and still feel exhausted, that's a neurochemical red flag. Anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure. If nothing, not food, not music, not connection, brings any joy, that's another neurochemical indicator. Suicidal ideation. If you're having persistent thoughts of self-harm, medication is non-negotiable. Get professional help immediately. After my 4-week assessment, 2 out of the 3 markers were severe. I started a low-dose SSRI while maintaining my meditation practice. Within 6 weeks, the medication provided a neurochemical floor. I wasn't in the pit anymore, but meditation provided the ceiling. It trained my brain to regulate attention, manage rumination, and build resilience. The combination changed my life. And this brings us to the most powerful principle. Principle 3, selecting the right meditation for your target outcome. Not all meditation is created equal. Different practices activate different neural networks and produce different outcomes. If your goal is reducing anxiety, you want to increase parasympathetic activation. Use breathwork-heavy practices like box breathing or physiological sighs. If your goal is improving focus, you want to strengthen prefrontal cortex activity. Use focused attention meditation, holding attention on a single point for extended periods.
If your goal is changing your relationship with negative thoughts, you want to develop metacognitive awareness. Use open monitoring meditation, where you observe thoughts without attachment. Here's the system I developed. Morning, 5-minute exteroceptive meditation to reduce rumination. Eyes open, focus on a visual point, redirect attention outward whenever thoughts arise. Midday, 3-minute physiological sigh practice before high-stress situations. 2 inhales through nose, long exhale through mouth. Repeat for 10 cycles. Evening, 10-minute body scan to improve interoceptive awareness and sleep quality. Systematically focus attention on each body part from feet to head. This combination addresses multiple depression symptoms, rumination, anxiety, and sleep disruption, and the research backs it up. A 2022 study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that structured meditation programs produced outcomes comparable to SSRIs for moderate depression, with effect sizes around 0.6, which is clinically significant.
But here's the critical caveat. Those results required consistent daily practice for 8 weeks minimum. Most people quit after 2 weeks because they don't feel immediate relief. They don't understand that meditation is building new neural pathways, and neuroplasticity takes time. When you combine all 3 principles, the Interoception Test helps you identify your baseline brain state and whether you're stuck in rumination or disconnection. The Neurochemical Baseline assessment tells you whether meditation alone is sufficient or whether you need pharmacological support to address severe depletion. Selecting the right meditation gives you specific practices matched to your target outcomes instead of generic mindfulness. This is how people with depression achieve real recovery, not just managing symptoms, but fundamentally changing brain structure and function.
Not choosing meditation versus medication, but understanding the biological mechanisms so you can make informed decisions about your own brain.
Drop a comment. Which principle are you applying first? Number 1, the Interoception Test. Number 2, the Neurochemical Assessment. Or number 3, selecting the right meditation. And here's the hard question. Have you been avoiding medication because of stigma? Or avoiding meditation because you think it won't work? What's really holding you back from trying both?